welcome back. This video's a bit of a mashup. We've got Eala craned out now for the winter and it's pretty much Christmas, so happy Christmas to you. Personally, I've got some boat work planned and also continued app development. Any Android users will be happy to know that I've almost finished making sailing instruments for Android, but let me share with you now my plans for the winter, my plans for boats because maybe I want to change things up, and also a little bit of video I took from some of the trips I did towards the end of the season. Hey, welcome back to Jan Afloat, the channel which sees me, Jan, afloat, like today. Finally back on the water on Eala after, I don't know, it must have been about like a month since I've been out on her and recorded a video. I've been out in the meantime. I've done a cruiser race, which I won, of course, just because we were the only Class 3 boat sailing. So, I've done many other things as well. Just last weekend I went out on a nice 38-foot Dailer, thanks to a lovely chap named Andrew, I'm going to be going out with again next weekend. We went out during Storm Amy, the hurricane, which was coming across from the Atlantic. We then stayed in Cowes overnight, hiding from the storm the next day. Had a trip around the Isle of Wight looking for things which weren't shut due to the storm. Turns out Osborne House, despite being probably the most sheltered point of the island, was also shut. But we got up to the Isle of Wight. I experienced the true force of the wind and it was strong. We even met up with some guys from Christchurch Sailing Club who went out with the juniors on a challenge boat, which must have been exciting. They actually went out when the storm was going over. And then we went across to Lymington the next day. That was a really fast upwind sail. And the Dailer 38, that's a fast boat. It's a good, really comfortable cruiser, but a fast cruiser. So we were winning every race which we set ourselves a challenge against winning. And then we had a big, long, low wind, downwind sail back from Lymington to Gosport on the final day. So that was a good long weekend, and I've got another one to look forward to next weekend. Can't wait. Don't know if I'll record a new video. It depends what I feel like and also what the crew are like on the boat. You know, I don't want to turn these trips where I'm on somebody else's boat into a chance to do lots of videos. So that one's just for me. Anyway, we're out today. I'm solo, and I've got the rod out behind me. And the idea is it's not that windy. I'm just going to do some gentle sailing up to the ledge, and I'm just going to beat up and down the ledge and see if I can catch some sea bass to have for dinner tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, just fishing. And then when I get back, sails are coming down, and shortly after that I'll be getting the mast down as well, but this time I'm going to use a crane at the sailing club, which should make the whole thing a lot quicker and easier. We're riding a bow. Nice light wind day. Beautiful. It's so quiet out here. Really, really calm. So what's next? Well, this is the last trip on Eala this year. And then there's no more sailing this year, really. I'll probably get the speedboat out to do some fishing trips. Hopefully more successful than this one. We've caught no fish. Now, one question which is constantly on my mind is how long am I going to keep Eala for? Because I think the family, we're all ready to upgrade to a bit of a bigger yacht. I would really like to do that. So what the plan is, probably I'm going to get Eala on the market this winter. So if you're interested in a lovely Jeanneau Sun 2000, do let me know. Because if I find a buyer, I'll sell her. And then I would like to get a yacht. I'm not too sure what yet. Anything from an Veneto Oceanis 311. Well, there's lots of Jeanneaus. Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 32 perhaps. Or something a little less common and maybe a little bit more pricey, like a Southerly. A Southerly 115 or a 110. That would be absolutely gorgeous. We've got a fast rib crossing our bow. Let's have a little look. There he goes. We're going to get some nice waves. Zoom zoom. See, I'll be doing some of that this winter. When the sailboat's out the water, I can still get the Boston Whaler out the water and do that. Right, we've got the groin there. We're on 3.8 depth. In a moment, we're going to have to do a attack because we're coming up to Hengistbury Head. You can see that. There's Hengistbury Head. Lots of groins over there. Let's get the tack in, and then we'll carry on talking about boat. Okay, that's probably about as windward as we can go. Right, now that that mess is over, so where were we? Yeah, maybe even a southerly. So I'd like to upgrade my boat, so keep an eye out for Eala coming on the market. My Boston Whaler's up for sale as well. It's December tomorrow, and we're off out fishing in the speedboat. She's up for sale if you're interested. Boston Whaler 17 Dauntless DC, 130 horsepower Johnson outboard. She's a nice boat. Let's see how she runs first time out in a year. See, previously the primer solenoid was sticking, and you press the key in, and that's supposed to, actually I can hear it working, that activates the primer solenoid. It works, that's not bad after a year. Alright, we're just casually going down the river. Boat's running nicely after a year. Where will I keep my new boat? Well, I'd love to keep it in a marina, but the truth is marinas are just very expensive, and it's really nice keeping a boat at the sailing club. So I'll probably try and get a bigger mooring at the sailing club, ready for my new boat. I'm on the transfer list. Once that's done, then Eala can move there. Or if she's sold, then I can get a bigger boat and put that on a bigger mooring. And then during the winter, this winter Eala's been craned out and kept at the sailing club, but once I get a bigger boat, I don't know if that would be able to go on the sailing club or not. Possibly it will be too big and I have to do something else. So the choices I have, there's some lobster pots there, but I'm going to miss them. The choices I have include keeping it at a boatyard, such as Elkin's boatyard in Christchurch, or the other option I have is Lymington Yacht Haven. Now, Lymington Yacht Haven is one of the really expensive marinas, but really lovely marinas. Oh man, I can see the line for that lobster pot. It goes right out. It's a bit nasty, but I've not caught it. Yeah, so I could keep it at Lymington Yacht Haven, and only for the winter, and it's probably about the same cost as keeping it out on the hard. So maybe what I'd do is crane it out one winter to do servicing and stuff, and then keep it in the water at Lymington Yacht Haven for another winter. So one on, one off, something like that. That'd be quite nice, and then I can keep using the sailboat during the winter. Of course, there's other things like sailing it to the Med or the Caribbean. But I don't think that would be me, at least not for a number of years. I expect I'll just be sailing around the UK and maybe a little bit to like the Channel Islands or the Scilly Isles, or across to France or Netherlands. So I don't expect to go too far in the first couple of years. But first of all, it all hinges down to the family. Will they enjoy cruising on a big, nice, comfortable yacht? I hope they will. But the next step will be to do a flotilla or something and get them out onto the water for a week at a time and actually see what it's like being on a boat for a period of time. So we'll try that hopefully next spring. Nice little holiday. That's the plan. That's one of the reasons I did my RYA day skipper course, and you can check out this other video about that where I talk about the day skipper course. So yeah, that's the plans. Sell the boats, get a bigger boat, go on holiday. Ideally go on a holiday and check we like boating to that style before we get the bigger boat. Otherwise, if my family turn around and say they never want to do that again, I may as well just keep hold of Eala and keep her for just like potting around in Christchurch, and then just crew on other people's big boats like this Eala 38. Wouldn't it be fantastic if I managed to catch a nice big fish on the way back in? Right, let's throw another tack in. I'll try the auto tack again, see if I can make it work. So we're going to go to port. So that should take us about 90 degrees around, which should be enough to tack. So now I can sit on the low side, and we're coming through. Release the jib, pull that in, and that's it. That worked a bit better. Might just bring the jib in a little bit tighter. It's flapping a little bit. Okay, she is sailing nicely. But yeah, no, we've got a good course now to the entrance. I think I can hold this course and then get the mainsail down and probably go into the harbour with the jib flying.
That's it from today's episode. Make sure you like and subscribe, and tune in for more.